We can create a thread in two ways. That is nothing but the first one is what now? Extending thread class and implementing runnable interface. Now we'll go through that first one. That is nothing but extending thread class. Okay, now try to understand here. I'm going to create one class. Right click, new class I'm creating. For example, my class name I'm taking here wish class. Okay, what is my class name here? Wish class. For example, mm, wish one. No, I'll take demon. I have created one class called a demon class. I want to create a thread in this class. So how we can create a thread now? Thread is already one inbuilt class, right? So here the first way, that is just extending thread class. Extending what's are here? Thread class. Now in this case, demon is the child class. Thread is the parent class. If you create object for child class, all the parent class properties we can access. Say yes or no, sir? Yes. Okay. Now in the demon class, I am extracting the properties from thread class. Okay, done. I said previous class we have discussed about in the thread class mainly important thing. We have two methods, run method and a start method. What is the purpose of run method? Whatever the task you want to execute, the task should write inside the run method. Next, what is the purpose of start method? The task you should start by using start method. Okay, where the two methods is available, run method, start method available in thread class is nothing but parent class. Okay, I'm creating an object for child class. By default, it acts as a thread class. Say yes or no, sir? Okay, now by default, it acts as a thread class. So that's why if you create demon class object, by default, it acts as a thread. Okay, now so now tell me, parent class is having like a run method and start method. Okay, can I access in a child class now the run method and start method? Say yes or no, sir? Yes, happily we can access. For example, I want to perform one task. To perform a task, what we have, where we have to write the task now? Run method. Run method is available in a demo class. Demo available or not, sir? Yes. So public void run method. In the thread class, we have one run method is available. I am overriding that method. Okay, just I am using that method. In that run method, we have to perform the task. Whatever the task you want to execute, that task we have to mention here. For example, my task is I want to execute one statement some 10 times. Okay, now that is my task. So that's why the task I am writing inside the run method. Okay, try to understand. For int I is equal to 1. Okay, I less than or is equal to 10. Next, after that, here I am writing I plus plus. Okay, I want to execute 10 times. Next, after that, here I am printing system.out.println. Okay, now here I am printing, for example, SRS tech. I am printing like a SRS tech. This is my run method. Okay, this is my task, right? So SRS tech, this statement I want to print 10 times. This is my task. So that's why I am mentioning inside the run method. Okay, that's why I'm mentioning where inside the run method. Next, after that, here execution starts from main method. So for that, here I'm writing main method. Okay, now I want to execute this task. So how we can execute the task? We have to create a thread first, right? So here we have to create a thread. So how we can create a thread now? By using keyword. It's okay, boss. Actually, thread is a parent class. Child class is what now? Demo class. So directly we can create a thread by using demo d1 is equal to new, sorry, demon, right? Demon d1 is equal to new demon. This demon is acts like a thread or not, sir? Here, yes. Okay, now the demon is acts like a thread. Why? Because it acquires all the properties from parent class. Now tell me, I want to start this thread. I want to execute this task. How to execute the task? Which method we have to use to start the task? Start method. So for that, here I am writing d1 dot start method. d1 dot start method. If I'll execute this, what will get the output now here? SRS tech 10 times will be printed, right? So I'm executing now here. Yes, SRS tech 10 times will be printing here. Okay, now you guys are able to understand, sir, what I'm saying now here. Okay, done, sir. For example, How many threads is there in this program? Two threads is there. What are the two threads? Main thread and D1 one thread. D1 thread is there. Now this task, okay, this task is executing which thread? D1 thread. Here I have created one thread. Demo D1 is equal to new demo. That thread is executing. For example, I'm writing another one statement. For example, for loop, int I equal to 1, I less than or is equal to 10. Next after that here I plus plus. For example, here I'm writing system.out.println of. Okay, for example, here I'm writing Java full stack. Okay, otherwise Java full stack. Okay, so like that here I'm writing. Now, if I'll execute this, what will get the output now here?
SRS 10 times.
SRS TECH 10 times, Java full stack 10 times. Say yes or no, sir? Okay, done, boss. First SRS TECH will come or Java full stack will come? SRS TECH will come 10 times, right?
Java stack.
Oh, Java full stack will come 10 times properly.
First SRS.
So here, first thing, to execute the task thread is required. So this is my first task. Okay, now this is my first task. This task is executing by which thread now? Demo thread, D1 thread, one thread, demo thread. Next, this task is there for loop. This task is executed by which thread? Main thread. Now you guys are able to understand. So two threads I am executing at a time. So two threads I am executing at a time. So in multi-threading, multiple threads are trying to access. Okay, in that case, we can't expect the proper output. We'll get some mixed output also. I'll show you that also. Try to understand here. SRS TECH Java full stack 10 times, SRS TECH full 10 times. Properly we are getting output right. Then how you are saying we can't expect the output? First SRS TECH is coming. Okay, sorry. First Java full stack is coming. After that SRS TECH is coming. Again I want to execute. Okay, first Java full stack. Next Java full stack again. Again. Now observe here. Java full stack 5 times. Next SRS 10 times. After that Java full stack. Again I want to execute this. And now we are getting Java full stack starting 10 times. Again. Now observe here 9 times Java full stack, SRS TECH, and again one Java full stack, SRS TECH. So we are executing multiple threads at a time. Say yes or no, boss? At a time we are executing multiple threads. So that's why in this case we can't expect a proper output. Okay, now we can't expect proper output. Okay, now you guys are able to understand what I am saying here. This is the story. Okay, so now try to understand. For example, okay, sir, very good. For example, I am creating another one task I want to do. So again, if you want to create a task, what we have to do now? Run method is required. Say yes or no. So for example, I want to create creating another one class. For example, my class name I'll take here test1. I have created one class test1 2 3. Okay, test1 I have created one class. Okay, here also I want to perform a task. To perform the task, run method is required. Where the run method is available? Thread class. So for that here we have to extend thread. Okay, right? So for that here I am extending the thread class. In that class also I want to perform one task. Okay, so the task where I have to mention now? Run method. The run method is available in the thread class, right? So for that here I am mentioning the run method. In that run method, again I am writing here for int I is equal to 1, I less than or is equal to 10, I plus plus. Now here I am writing system.out.println of, for example, front end development. Okay, front end development I am writing. Okay, what I am writing now? Front end development. Okay, done, sir. So I have the task. The task is I want to execute front end development 10 times. So that's why here I have written in that is my task. So that's why I have written in run method. Now I want to execute the task. So which method what I want to do now to execute the task? We have to create a thread or not. So this class is extending from thread class. So how to create a thread now? Test1 T1 is equal to new test1. So I have created thread. Now I want to start the task. So how to start the task? T1 dot start method. And now tell me how many threads is available in this class?
4.
3 threads. 3 or 4? 3 threads only, right? So if I'll execute this, what will get the output? I mean, starting how many threads I am starting here? 3 threads. Demon thread, T1 thread, main thread. So what will get the output now? Can we expect the output? No, sir. Okay, now whenever we are executing the multiple threads, that time we can't expect the proper output. We are getting some mixed output or not, sir, here. Okay, now so here something SRS TECH, Java full stack. If again I will execute now, again we'll get some mixed output. If again I'll execute now, again we'll get some mixed output. Right now, you guys are able to understand what I am saying now here. For example, if I'll remove this stuff, and now tell me total how many threads is available in this program here? 2 threads or 3 threads? Still 3 threads is there. Okay, now 3 threads is there, right? Now observe very clearly, but how many threads we are executing now? We are executing through the 2 threads only. Okay, now you guys are able to understand, sir, what I am saying now here? For example, sir, simply you are saying 2 threads is there, 3 threads is there. Okay, I want to know the count. How we can find the threads count? Then here we have one method is available. Try to understand. System.out.println of. Okay, now here I am writing thread dot no thread dot active count. One method is there. What is the method now? Active count. How many methods? How many threads is active now? So I want to execute this. Try to understand here. Okay, how many threads we are getting output now? Thread dot active count. Three threads. We are getting the output or not, sir? Here, how many threads? 3 threads. Sir, you are saying the 3 threads, right? I want the thread name also. Okay, I want the thread name also. How we can find that? So, for example, here system.out.println. Just here, I'm writing one statement. Okay, follow, like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. SRS Tech. Okay. SRS TECH. I want to execute this. Total how many threads is there? 3 threads is there, right? So 3 threads is there. So that statements also we are getting like and subscribe SRS TECH. So we are getting some mixed output. If you want the thread name, as I said, which method we have to use to access the thread name? Thread dot current thread dot get name. For example, this thread name I want. This thread name I want. So here, just here, we can write one print statement. System.out.println of. So tell me what I want right now. Thread dot current thread dot get name. Otherwise, here only we can write front end development plus okay. Thread dot current thread dot okay. Current thread dot get name, right? Get name. Next after that here, try to understand, sir, here. Thread dot current thread dot get name. Next after that here also I want the thread name. So for that here I'm writing thread dot current thread dot get name. Next after that here also I'm writing. So okay, thread dot current thread dot get name. Okay, now observe very clearly we'll get all the thread name also. For example, front end development. Okay, the front end development is executed by what is the thread name now here? Front end development thread 1. Okay, now if you want I'll give you some space also. Next here also, okay, space is here also I want to give some space. Okay, now try to understand, sir, here. So SRS, first thing here, like and subscribe. Like and subscribe one statement is available, right? This statement is executed by which threads are here? Main thread. Okay, now so that's why here we're getting the output is what now here? Main thread. Okay, main thread. Next after that here front end development is executed by thread 1. Next after that here SRS TECH is executed by thread 0. SRS TECH 1 thread. Okay, now SRS TECH executed by which threads are here? Like a demon thread. Okay, next after that text, I mean front end development executed by test T1 thread. Okay, next like and subscribe is executed by main thread. Okay, total how many threads is there in this class? Okay, you guys are able to understand what I am saying now here. In multi-threading, we are executing the multiple threads at a time. Executing multiple threads at a time is nothing but multi-threading. Okay, now what is that multi-threading here? Executing multiple threads at a time is nothing but what? Multi-threading. Now you guys are able to understand what I am saying now. Okay, now in that multi-threading, we can't expect the proper output. Okay, now we can't expect the proper output. Okay, now you guys are able to understand everyone? Respond ma. So this is the story about extending thread class. Try to understand here. Try to understand what I am saying now. For example, I'll remove this stuff. In this class also, I'll remove this stuff. Uh, Okay, try to understand. Just here I have created one class called what's are here? Demo class. Okay, no problem. Okay, 1 minute later I will see that. For example, I want to perform one task. To perform a task, what is the required thing? Thread. So for example, I am creating, for example, one class, demo one extends thread. Okay, now demo one extends thread. I have created one class. Next after that, I am creating another one class. Class. Okay, na demo 2. Okay, na class demo 2 extends where's are here? Extends thread class. Okay, and next after that here I want to execute one thread. So in which method I want to mention the task? Run method. So further here I'm creating public void run method. Okay, public void run method. Here also I'm writing public void run method I'm taking. Okay, public void run method. Okay, are you able to understand what I am saying now here? What we have to mention in the run method? So whatever the task you want to execute, task we have to mention. So for example, system.out.println. For example, here I am writing my task is like for example, I'm writing here Surendra. Next after that here I am writing system.out.println of for example, here I am writing SRS TECH. So two tasks I have. So for that, the two tasks I am mentioning in one run method. For example, I want to execute another one task. So what I want to do now? We have to create another one class only. Otherwise, can we create another one run method inside the class? No. Why we can't do that? Why? Because the parent class we have one run method. Okay, now that run method only we are accessing and we are providing the implementation. If you we can't create two methods with the same name. Say yes or no, sir. I mean we can create, but here we have to pass the different arguments. That comes under like a method overloading. Okay, but here this is not comes under that multi-threading. In thread class we have one run method is there. Okay, if you want to perform a task, we have to extend that run extend the thread class acts is the run method. If you want to perform another one task, what we have to do now here? Class demo 3. Now tell me again, here we have to write extends thread. So we have to write. So for example, again here I am writing in the thread class we have run method is there, right? I am overriding the run method. Okay, now overriding parent class we have run method. I am overriding here. I am providing my own implementation. Surendra SRS TECH. For example, now here I am writing something like a Java full stack. Okay, Java full stack. So like that I am writing. If I want to execute the task, how to execute the task now here? So for example, to execute the task here, I have created another one class. In this class, I have created one main method. Okay, I want to perform the first demo one. So what I want to do now to execute the task, we have to create demo one. D1 is equal to new demo one. And next after that here, demo 2 is there. So now tell me, I want to execute this task. Again here, demo 2, D2 is equal to new demo 2. Next after that here, demo 3 is also available. So what I want to do now? Demo 3, respond ma, demo 3, D3 is equal to new demo 3. So like that here I am using. I want to start the thread. So what I want to do now? D1 dot start, next D2 dot start. For example, again we'll take T3 dot start. So like that here we can execute the multiple tasks. If I'll execute this, what will get the output now? So we'll definitely will get the mixed output only. Right, first we are getting Surendra, SRS Tech, Java Full Stack, SSJ. Right, I'll execute now again. SSJ. Again, I will execute. Now we are getting some other way, right? So in that the main point in multi-threading, we can't expect the output. Okay, now you guys are able to understand what I'm saying now here. Respond, my everyone. Any doubts in this concept, right? Now here I'll go to the second one, that is nothing but implementing runnable interface. Okay, implementing runnable interface. Okay, now you guys are able to understand what I'm saying now here. Okay, now implementing runnable interface. Sir, what is meant by runnable interface first here? Runnable is an what is meant by first runnable interface? Here, the runnable interface is a one functional interface. Okay, now runnable interface is what, sir? Here one functional interface. What is meant by functional interface? Very good. The interface which is having only one abstract method. Okay, the interface which is having only one abstract method. That is nothing but what here? Functional interface. Now here I am saying runnable is a functional interface. Means runnable is having only one abstract method. What is that abstract method runnable is containing? That is nothing but run method. Okay, now try to understand, sir, here what I am saying now. Runnable interface is an functional interface. Functional interface. What is meant by functional interface here? Functional interface means the interface contains only one abstract method. Okay, the interface contain only one abstract method. Now the runnable is an functional interface. So runnable is also should contain one abstract method, right? So runnable interface contains the method called what's are here? Run method. Okay, what is the purpose of run method? We have to mention the task. If you want, I'll give the example also. Runnable interface is denoted with the annotation @functional interface. Okay, now @functional interface. Next, now interface runnable. Interface runnable. Okay. Interface runnable. The runnable interface having only one abstract method. Abstract method contains only declaration but not implementation. While run method. Okay, so this is the syntax for what here? Runnable interface. Okay, now so runnable interface is an functional interface. Why? Because the runnable interface contain only one abstract method. What is the abstract method? Run method. Okay, to like a runnable interface, right? So functional interface. So that's why here I'm mentioning here like a one annotation called functional interface. Now you guys are able to understand what I'm saying here. Respond everyone. Okay. Next after that here, try to understand. For example, I'll remove this stuff. I'll remove this all the stuff. Okay, then now try to understand. Just here, I have created three classes here. Okay, now how many classes I have created here? Three classes. Previous session we have seen extending thread class. If you want to create a thread, what we have to do now? Just write extend threads. Now here we have to use implements runnable. Okay, now what I have to use now here? I mean runnable interface. Sir, I want to perform one task, sir. To perform a task, we have the required thing is what here? Run method. Where the run method is available now? In that runnable interface is there, right? Runnable is an interface. If you want to acquire the properties from interface, which keyword we have to use? Extends or implements? Implements. So for that here I am writing demo one implements runnable. Okay, now demo one implements runnable. So like that here I am writing. Okay, but I said in that runnable interface having only one abstract method, right? Which method is available? Run method. That also you don't need to write. Just type here add unimplemented methods. We are getting the run method or not, sir? Here. Okay, we are getting the run method or not? What we have to mention in the run method here? Task. Whatever the task we have to write, the task we have to mention. My task is, for example, here I am writing I love Java. I love Java. I want to execute this task. Otherwise, simply I'll say, for example, I am driving something like a BMW. This is my task. Next, after that, here also I want to perform another one task. So for that, what I want to do now here, implements runnable. Okay, so here also runnable having one unimplemented method, so I'm writing that. Okay, now here I'm writing system.out.println. For example, I'm driving something like a bench. Okay, bench. Another one task I want to perform. So what I want to do now here? Implements runnable. Okay, implements runnable. Just we have to implement the method. For example, here I want to drive some system.out.println of driving. Tell me what I want right now here. Driving Tesla. Okay, okay. Tesla is nothing but automatic car. Okay, so for that here I have my task I have mentioned here, right? I have mentioned here. So I have three tasks. What are the three tasks now? First, I want to drive the BMW car. I have mentioned that in one class. I want to drive the Benz car, so I have mentioned in that one class. Next, after that here I want to drive some like a other class. That is nothing but what no? Benz, BMW, Tesla, I have mentioned all the stuff. Now I want to execute that. To execute the stuff here, I have created a main method, right? First thing, okay, now so implementing runnable, right? So for that here, what I want to do now here, we have to create an object demo1 d1 is equal to new demo1. I have created object. Next, after that demo2 also I want to run. So what I want to do now here, demo2 d2 is equal to new demo2. Next, after that here demo3 also I want to execute. So what I want to do now here again, no problem, demo3 d3 is equal to new demo3. Okay, here I have to mention new keyword. Okay, done. New demo 3. So I have created like that. But try to understand very clearly. In that thread class, I said we have two methods available, right? Not only two methods, lot of methods, get ID, get name, or run method, start method is also is there. But here I'm trying to start the thread. How we can start the thread now? Demo d1 dot, tell me now d1 dot start method. But in runnable is a functional interface. We have only one method. Which method? Run method means we can write the task, but we can't start the task. No, why? Because to start the task, which method is required? Start method. To start the task, start method is required. To write the task, run method is required. So I want to start the task. So which method is required? Start method. But in runnable, we have only one method, run method. There is no start method. What we can do now? Okay, in runnable we have only one method, run method. In that run method we can write the task. There is no start method. If you want to start the task, the start method is required, right? So how we can start the task? Where the start method is available? Thread class is available. So simply create thread class. Okay, thread, simply create one thread for demo, right? So here I'm creating one thread t1 is equal to thread t1 is equal to, okay, new thread I'm creating. Thread t1 is equal to new thread. In that I have created thread, right? In the thread start method is also available. Which thread we have to start? D1 thread. Okay, now so D1 thread, right? So in that thread we have to pass the D1. Okay, now so we are passing thread start D1 thread. Okay, next I want to start at D2. So what I want to do now again here? Thread T2 is equal to new thread. Here we have to pass what now? T2. T2. Next after that here again tell me what I want to do now here. Thread T3 is equal to new thread. Next what I want to do now here? D3. Okay, right. I mean, simply say thread class having run method and start method. Okay, we can run that, we can write the task, we can run. But in runnable don't have starting capacity. There is no start method. Okay, now runnable interface don't have any start method. To start the thread, what we require now? Thread class. So that's why again here I am providing the thread. In the thread, I am passing that reference. Now, can we start the thread? Can we start the thread now? How to start the thread first? I want to start D1. How to start the D1 now?
D1.
D1 dot star or T1 dot star? T1 dot star. Okay, remember that. Okay, T1 dot start method. Why? Because in the T1 thread we are passing over D1 only, right? So that's why. Next I want to start T2. Next D2 thread. What I want right now? T2 dot start method. And next after that here T3 dot start method. And now tell me what is my output now? Here also we'll get the mixed output. Why? Because we are executing multiple threads at a time, right? Done. So I am driving BMW first. BMW, Benz, Tesla. Again, BMW, Tesla, Benz. Again I will execute now. BMW, Benz, Tesla. Something, some mixed output we are getting or not, sir, here. This is the story. Okay, now you guys are able to understand here implementing runnable interface. Okay, now. Okay, in this case, we'll see, sir. You are writing three cars. You are driving three cars. So that's why you have created three classes. If you want to drive 10 cars, then how many classes is required? 10 classes. If you want to drive 100 cars, 100 classes is required. For each and every task, one class creating is very difficult, right? Say yes or no, pass. So in that case, they introduced one beautiful concept called anonymous classes. Okay, now what is the concept now? Anonymous classes. What is meant by anonymous class? Now here I have created only one thread. Okay, now 1 minute. D1 is there, right? And D1, right? So I'll remove this stuff. Only I am starting T1 dot start. 1 minute, sir. Okay, done. And now observe very clearly only one task I am doing. Which task here? Driving BMW. Okay, done. We are getting the output. Okay, now try to understand very clearly. If you want to perform a task, what is the required thing? If you want to perform a task, thread is required. Okay, na? I mean, so thread is required. So if you want to perform 100 tasks, 100 threads is required. Say yes or no. I mean, 100 classes is required. Say yes or no, boss. Each and every task we have to create a task. Sorry, each and every task we have to create a class. It is a difficult. Say yes or no, boss. So they introduced one beautiful concept, sir. That is nothing but anonymous classes. Okay, now that is nothing but what? Anonymous classes means anonymous class means there is no class name, but we can create a class. Without class name, we can create the classes. That is nothing but what here? Anonymous classes. So how to create the anonymous classes, sir? Is nothing but what is the interface now here? Runnable interface, right? So for that here I am creating, like just I am using runnable R1 is equal to new runnable I am writing. Okay, I am not creating any object. Try to understand. Runnable R1 is equal to new runnable. After that here I am opening the braces. Okay, I am opening the braces. In that runnable interface, which method is available? Run method. So just here the run, here you can write add unimplemented method. The run method we are getting or not, sir, here. Okay, so you can write the task. For example, system.out.println. I am driving BMW, right? So for example, now here I am writing I am driving bench. Okay, na bench car. So any class I have created here? Any class I have created? No, I didn't create any class, but I am driving. I mean, I am performing a task. Okay, sir, done. For example, I want to perform another one task. Okay, BMW completed, Benz completed. I want to drive Tesla. So again, tell me what I want to do now here. Runnable R2 is equal to new runnable. Okay, now runnable R2 is equal to new runnable. Now here in that runnable method only we have one method, add unimplemented methods. Okay, so tell me for example, what is the task here? System.out.println I am driving Tesla. Okay, now you guys are able to understand what I am saying now here. Okay, sir, very good, done. So now here we have one beautiful concept. Without the class name, we are running the task by using what, sir, here? anonymous classes. This is nothing but what here? Anonymous class. This is nothing but what here? Anonymous class. Anonymous class is nothing but without class name. We can create the classes. This is the stuff. Now you guys are able to understand everyone? Okay, sir, done. I want to execute this. How we can execute? First thing, runnable. Runnable is an interface. In that runnable, any start method is there? No. So what we have to do now here? Thread. So thread T2 is equal to already here T1 is available, right? So for that here I'm creating thread T2 is equal to new thread. Okay, new thread. For example, I want to start this thread. So what I want to mention now? R1. Very good. Okay, R1. Now can I write here T2 dot start? Yes, obviously we can write. Next, after that here, another one is here, runnable R2. What I want to do now again here, thread T3 is equal to new thread. Okay, next here we have to pass what now? R2. Okay, now again here what I want to do now? T3 dot start. T3 dot start, right? I want to execute this. We are getting the output or not, sir? Here driving BMW Tesla Benz. Again, I'll execute BTB, right? Again, BBT, BMW Benz Tesla. Again, I want to execute here. BBT. Again, I want to execute. No, BMW Tesla Bench. Okay, so now you guys are able to understand, sir, what we are getting now here, some mixed output. Sir, okay, sir, anonymous classes is first thing. Each and every task we have to create like a class. That is a difficult thing. Class extends the thread or class implements a runnable. Okay, right. Now, so that's why here they introduce one beautiful concept called what now? Anonymous class. Sir, can you, another one beautiful concept is there. In Java 8, they introduce more than this. I mean, here, how many lines of code we are writing now? Simply 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lines of code. Okay, now same stuff we can write in one line, sir. That is nothing but like a lambda expressions. Okay, now what is nothing but what, sir? Here, lambda expression. Within one line, we can do that. Sir, how we can do that, sir? Just try to understand now here. Runnable. R2 is completed. So for that, here I'll take R3 is equal to. Okay, now in that now here we are writing a new runnable, right? Okay, now in that runnable we have one method. So here we have one method. So we are writing the run method. That is also not required. Just you type like this. Okay, parenthesis and the braces. A minute, ma. Like this. That's it. For. Okay, simply. So here parenthesis. Okay, runnable R3. So here we have only one method. No need to mention the method name also. Why we no need to mention the method name? Only one method is the run method. If you are mentioning also, it will take run method. If you are not mentioning also, it will take run method. Only one method. So now here I can write the statement console.log of. Sorry, system.out.println of. Now tell me what I want to take now. For example, I am driving. For example, Volvo 9600 and S bus. Okay. Now I want to execute this. First thing here, this is a thread, right? I have to create a thread. So what I want to do now? Thread T4 is equal to new thread of. Tell me now here we have to pass R3, right? And now here we have to again we have to start the thread. So how to start the thread now? T4 dot start. Okay. Now observe very clearly. I want to execute now. Yes. Okay. Now I'm driving Volvo 9600. Yes, we are getting last. Again, I want to execute now. Okay. Now observe sir here. Now some mixed output you are getting or not here. Check observe very clearly. So execute sometimes definitely will get the changes. We'll get the changes or not, sir, here. Okay, now. So last now Volvo is getting in a second position. Again, I want to execute now. Okay, Volvo is getting in a last position. Something like that. Okay, now you guys are able to understand about this extending thread class, implementing runnable interface, and the next way is what, sir, here? Anonymous classes under lambda expressions. Okay, anonymous classes under lambda expressions. This is the story, right?